up to all you cinephiles out there? It's been a long time since we've done a review, so we decided to do a review on the newest Marvel Studios movie to be exact, Black Panther.
Yeah.
So this is going to be a spoiler review, so if you haven't seen the movie, turn off, come back when you have.
I'm sure most everybody has seen this movie by now. Because it's like
breaking records.
It's breaking records. It's like the hottest ticket right now as far as like movies go. Like if you go in these Showtime websites, at the top of the page, you go check a theater for the Showtimes. Black Panther's at the top.
Yeah.
And we should have gotten this review out sooner, but we were kind of lazy. Apologies for that. So let's go into it. How do we feel about it?
I personally love this movie. I think this is one of the greatest Marvel movies that they have done so far. Not just Ryan Coogler does a good job on capturing the culture of Africa and just the scenes that he does especially with the first trial scene that T'Challa takes on as new Black Panther King thing. That scene just takes my breath away with all the colors and just the scope of where everybody is, and the chant, the music is great also. So yeah, I loved it.
I loved it too. I'm very much in agreement with him on it. It's I too think that they portrayed the African culture fairly well. That's what I was kind of worried about. I was worried if they wouldn't have a good African cultural vibe feel, and they did. They had a really good feel and look to it. I do have it on authority from a couple people that have been to Africa that they didn't quite get everything accurate. Like there were some things that kind of like basically the best way I can put it is that they were 80% accurate with the culture. Is what I believe they were getting at. They were mostly like pretty good, but it wasn't completely on the nose. But it was respectable. Yeah. It was respectful in its own way. Like it wasn't like insulting to it. Mm-hmm. I do like T'Challa's whole like the ritual ceremony thing he has to go through in the beginning of the movie. But the fact that they did it twice in the movie, which I understand why they did it. Mm-hmm. I don't have a problem with them doing it either. It's just that they have to take away his powers and then restore them after the ritual because he has to fight them as a man. Yeah, he has to fight these challengers as an actual man without the enhanced strength of the Black Panther. I was like, man, if I were the king, I'd be pissed if I had constant challengers because it must hurt to get those powers taken away, and it's a bitch to have them restored. Yeah, it's I'm like, oh god, no, like it. I couldn't imagine. I would be peeved after a while. Like, can I have no more challengers for like a year, please? And that's the thing about Black Panther that you'll learn with this movie is that he's not just, for those of you who don't read the comics, you just saw Civil War, you only saw him in Civil War and that's it. Yeah, he's not just some guy in a vibranium suit. He actually has superhuman abilities granted to him by this plant, by the basically they take this plant and they make it into liquid, and he drinks it, and that's what gives him his strength. So that's why also he was able to run as fast as Captain America and Bucky in Civil War. Really liked it's basically that underground private casino scene. I like that scene a lot because it does have like a James Bond kind of feel to it. Yep. And then I love the entire chase scene afterwards. Oh yeah. My favorite part, which we saw in the trailers, but I still loved it when it actually happened. I loved it whenever he like ran alongside the building, jumped towards a car, and then he just dug his claws into the tire and derailed the car. I loved that part.
Chadwick Boseman kills as T'Challa again. Thought he did really well. But the actor that you have to give all the credit in the world to is
Michael B. Jordan. You're Michael B. Jordan. Oh my gosh.
I want to go on record and say that Killmonger is one of the greatest villains. I'm still up in the air whether he replaces Loki, but to me he's right on the equally path of great villain with Loki. So because you believe in what he fights for, you even feel sorry for him. You even feel like, man, you are right in some respect, but that's not the way to go about it. So that's why it makes you a villain. But that's what makes a great villain a great villain.
It's really interesting, and kind of scary when the bad guy thinks he's the good guy.
Yep.
He just saw like a way to make the world better, but he was going to do it through horrible means by just constantly like killing all these other people. He wasn't going to like render like aid in a friendly way. He was going to like take the world by storm and take it by force. But there was like actual heart to his character. There was like depth that we saw in the movie, and he actually had like a really good background story. And with his father, that was, man, I actually loved his performance in the movie. Like I loved it whenever he made it clear who he was to the council, and she was like, and then the Black Panther's mom's like, what? He's like, hey auntie. Yeah. Now I know there would be some people that would argue like, oh well, say what you want about it, but like he's still like incredibly, he still comes off as incredibly evil. Well, yeah, of course. I mean, he has to pretty much paint himself as the bad guy in this. And also, honestly, I think he did that really well, and I thought that was kind of necessary for the kind of character and villain they were going for.
He's not being evil for the sake of being evil. He has a reason to have anger.
Maybe he's just one of those people who thinks that you have to be like that. You have to be hard, cold, and calculated to make the world a better place, to make the hard decisions. And he just believes that's the way he has to be.
We also have Denai Guerrera as Okoye and Lupita Nyong'o as Nakia, who are in their own right badass warrior women, and Letitia Wright as Shuri, T'Challa's little sister, who is one of the smartest people in the Marvel Universe, maybe for sure in Wakanda, but probably in the Marvel Universe as well. But she's hilarious. She was one of my favorite characters for sure. And the warrior women are just badass. Just their theme when they fight is just, it gets your blood moving.
Oh gosh, yeah, it's amazing when they fight, and it sucks that a couple of them got killed off.
Oh yeah.
But I mean, I look at these, I look at them, and I'm like, man, they are just like, I don't know which one's better, them or the Amazons from Wonder Woman. Because Stage 1 by Wonder Woman, it is part of DCEU, but that was a well-made movie.
Yeah.
And the Amazons are badasses in that movie. So, but in this, they were like basically, this was like the Marvel's version, like Amazons.
Yeah.
They were amazing to say the least. I really liked it whenever I don't know his name or his character's name or anything, but Bilbo in the movie.
Everett Ross.
Everett Ross. That's his character's name?
Yeah.
Yeah. So Everett Ross and Claw guy.
Yeah, Claw.
Claw.
Yeah.
They actually have a scene together in the movie. They're sitting in the interrogation room, and you can't help but sit there and be like, "It's Bilbo Gollum." And yeah, because Andy Serkis playing Claw, and you got Bilbo playing Everett Ross.
Yeah.
It was actually kind of funny to see them both together. And honestly, though, I did not think that when I was watching that scene.
Yeah.
It was afterward. I was like, oh, that is Andy Serkis. Oh my God, that was Bilbo Gollum.
Yeah.
I was like, man, that's crazy. But I liked it when his character came in, and then T'Challa's younger sister had to work on him. She's like, yeah, another white boy to work on. And you're thinking yourself, and you're thinking, and those of you who have seen Civil War, oh, it's about Bucky.
Yeah.
And apparently there's a lot of people in the theater. A lot of people who watched that, like some people like didn't catch on right away, and they heard people like gasping and giggling, and they were like, "Oh yeah, Bucky!" And then I like the end credit scene where we see Bucky at the end, and it looks like they cured him.
Yeah.
Hopefully,
because he comes out and says, she says,
"Are you
hello,
okay?
Sergeant Barnes? Are you okay?" He goes, "My name's Bucky."
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm fine. He looks like he's doing good. Like they've fixed his mind. Like he has those. He has all that Hydra brainwash thing cleared from his mind. I'm sure they did something. Yeah. Because with all their medical technology, they must have done something to reverse the brainwashing or wash it out or something.
Yeah.
So I would that would be great in Infinity War and the next, and eventually we see Bucky come back as like this just this like not really like new, but like this cured new kind of new character, kind of like I'm okay now, I'm good. The only problem would be like if you'll be able to patch things up with Tony.
Right.
So.
Hey, the bygones be bygones. No, you still killed my mom.
What did we think of the final fight scene between T'Challa and his cousin?
Well, that's where I guess my weakest point is. You could really tell the CGI in that fight.
Yeah.
But the overall fight of just that whole battle scene, the Black Panther tribes had their own little civil war in a way. because it was all the tribes of Wakanda. Yeah, the rhinos coming in were cool, and then M'Baku's army coming in kind of at the last minute was pretty cool too.
It was a little cool. It was a little cliche for me, but still cool.
But yeah, it just shows the technology of Wakanda more in that scene, also with their cloth shields that come up.
I want to say this about that final fight scene. Okay, and this kind of goes for like their suits in the whole movie. So I liked the suits a lot. I liked how they kind of up their tech in this movie, and they made it to where like the suits can form around them immediately. I liked that a lot, and it made sense of how they set up the final battle the way they did. Because honestly, if you had those two guys going at each other in their suits all day, like it would go nowhere. Because suits are virtually indestructible, and they're like super strong. So like it would go nowhere. They would just be beating the tar at each other all day for eternity. It would go nowhere. So T'Challa had to like put him in that kind of like train-ish kind of like vibration thing. The final killing move was pretty awesome, but also the way also the Michael B. Jordan's character died was pretty touching. It was like, damn.
And the fact that he didn't want to, be held hostage in a prison, he'd rather die.
He'd rather die. And I kind of liked how T'Challa was like, we can still save you.
Yeah.
He was like, I don't want to be saved. He just pulled the knife out.
Yeah.
I did think it was kind of awesome. However, back on the suits, even though we never saw him take it on and off in Civil War, you could kind of, the suit was like an actual, like almost like a normal suit you would put on in Civil War. In this one, they gave them suits that instantly materialize on them, which is kind of cool. But I don't know. I like the idea of a real suit that you can just actually put on everything. You actually get the helmet on and off. I think that was really cool for his character in Civil War to have that kind of thing. I prefer the original suit in Civil War, which was obviously just like a normal kind of suit. Still awesome vibranium, everything he needed. It's just it looks like it's okay. This is gonna sound weird. The suit in Civil War, even though like you could tell it's extremely flexible and everything, it seems a bit thicker. You know what I mean? It looks like you can actually believe it's like an actual armored suit. In this movie, the suits look good and everything, but at the same time they look very skin tight, even more so than when you had in Civil War, which actually does make sense along with the materialization thing. Right. So like I said, like I like it, but like I prefer Civil War's version. So that's just how I feel about that. Anyways, final thoughts?
Final thoughts. I like the political message of unity, not just of a one race. It's for the whole world to come together. I like that political message. I like that. This is a great film for representation of the black culture, and this is a great Marvel movie. Great villain, and I'm looking forward to Infinity War in 8 months. 8 weeks. 8 months, god damn.
No, I'm about to say too long.
8 weeks.
8 weeks. Same here, very much everything he said, I feel the same way. It's a really good movie. Michael B. Jordan's character, what is his character's name? Killmonger. I don't know his, like, I mean like his actual
name, it was like
but
N'Jaku or something like that.
Yeah, N'Jaku. Killmonger, Michael B. Jordan's villain, Killmonger, like I feel like, okay, it's being talked about that he will probably, he's being considered as like one of the best Marvel villains so far. I really like this movie, it's a kick-ass movie, I'm gonna go see it again. I really want to go see it in Alamo because that's something funny you told me. And if you want to know what we meant by that, just go see it at Alamo. And for those of you who do know, that saw it at Alamo, you can check out. I have a Facebook page called Brooks' Movie Reviews. I am recently picking that hobby back up. I recently reviewed Thor Ragnarok. I dropped this hobby last year for a couple of months, and I'm recently just now picking it back up. And I recently reviewed a couple weeks ago Thor Ragnarok. I will review this movie as well, but I'm going to see it a second time before I do. And that's all I got. It's a great movie. I want to see it again. Excited for Infinity War. It's really good because I want to say this too real quick. Mm-hmm. It's good that it doesn't quite feel like a typical Marvel movie. Mm-hmm. It's very much, you can tell like it exists within the Marvel universe, but at the same time it feels like it's very much its own thing. It brings like this new original kind of thing to the Marvel universe instead of like Thor trying to be a lot like Guardians of the Galaxy, which is, I thought was good, but like at the same time, like, I don't know, Black Panther feels like a breath of fresh air almost. It's strange. Anyways, we can get more into that on another video. I was gonna say a solid 8, but I think that's how good it was. And for now, until I see it a second time, I'm gonna say solid 8.
Okay.
So it's a solid 8.
I'm gonna give it a solid 9.
I was leaning more towards 9, but like I feel like I have to see it a second time if I can give an official review.
I agree. So that is our thoughts and review on Black Panther. What do you guys think of Black Panther? Let us know in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more reviews and reactions, and subscribe to his Facebook page. I'll link it in the description below. And until next time,
We're out.